Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Copeland Trophy Watch Along. We sit here all together looking to see all the deserving recipients for the awards tonight. It's time to talk all things black and white. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope we are all doing super well on this evening. We get to enjoy this one tonight. Matt Rao will hopefully not be here to spoil the night like he did on Brownlow night. I just wanted to start off with a special announcement, and that announcement is tonight's show is brought to you by a special sponsor, by one of those who is one of our favorites at Pies Footy, Ben Zero in the chat. Most of you, and if not all of you, will be familiar with the name. The sponsor that he brings tonight is a business of his own. It's called Zero Dojo. It entails combat, strength, and fitness. Based in Skye, relaunching soon. Intakes are available. The link is in the description, and it's also pinned to the live chat. Benny offers a wealth of experience in the combat realm, as well as athletic development and strength and everything else in between. So if you're looking for your kids or yourself to learn some martial arts or take the next step in their sporting endeavors, then please do not hesitate to reach out to the great man. Thank you, Zero Dojo. Thank you, Ben, for being the special sponsor for this special show tonight. I appreciate you. Welcome to those who are in early. I welcome Bruno, Sean, and Chris Talbot. Welcome. Sean, yeah, I found out how odd, how many players are being told to look elsewhere, like not complaining, but it's weird. Yeah, it's one of those ones where clubs are telling players to look elsewhere, and there's new coaches at certain helms, Melbourne being one of them, and they're looking to make household changes. So that's just the way it goes, quite simply, right? Roman, welcome. Benny, there he is. There's the GOAT. And there's Roman, Mr. Wallop himself. A fan of Wallop anyways. Hello there, Manny. Two-time Nicky reckons. Jack Steele? Nah. I don't think so, Bruno. I'm not sure about that one. But if it gets brought up, if it generates more, if there's a desire to talk about the name, we will talk about it on the channel. Anyone want to bet against Nicky? My thinking, is there anyone else that could have a run? A Steel Sidebottom will give him a run, but he does fade out towards the second half of the season. Darcy Cameron's an interesting one. We already have the two best steals. We don't need Timu Steel. Good one, Rick. Astro, looking forward to tonight. Go Pies. Glad Jamie re-signed. We all are, mate. We're so keen. So glad that we can put that one to bed. I'm sure, well, guys, tonight, while there's awards being handed out, I'm sure there's going to be some word on potentially a Brody Meyer check. We saw with Brisbane, they highlighted that at BNF night that Starcevic and Archie were going in different directions next season. So I'm curious to see what approach we take with that. And yeah, keen to see what the president says, the coach says, and everything else. There are a lot of fractured clubs in the leagues, players running out left, right, and centre. Liam, love your work, Anthony. Appreciate you, Liam. I appreciate you being here. That's the most important thing. Jamie, okay. I wonder how much they value Jamie's season in the context of a Copeland. Give me Shooter to place fourth. Here we go. Only Cameron or Steele can challenge Nick. Jamie will get high votes too. Okay, well, why don't we start a poll then? If Nick doesn't win, who is the next in line? Let's say DC, Sidey, we'll go Jamie Elliott. Is there one more? I'm thinking of? I mean, if Jeremy Howe played a full season, goodness. My thinking, like Josh Dacos maybe will have a run again. Wingers, yeah, I'm gonna put Josh Dacos as well. There you go. Start the poll. There's the first poll for the night, guys. The link will be available on the website, so we're keeping a close eye on that live stream here. Press play, and then turn that down. The stream will start shortly. Okay. Jamie or DC could win it. It's farewell to checkers tonight. Yeah, I'm sure if we don't hear anything tonight, we'll know. We'll pretty much hear tomorrow that he might be a gone thing. IQ is sneaky to take top 5. I think all right, my smoky for top 5, like you got Lockie Schultz, you got Harry Perriman as some that will do well. I think Maynard missed a couple games, which might take him out of contention. I don't think Jack Crisp will get near it. Yeah, for me, a top 5 sneaky, IQ, Lockie Schultz, and Perryman. I'll go for Perryman because you guys already mentioned Lockie Schultz and IQ, but I'm going to go Perryman. I thought Perryman's year was super consistent, and I know they love that. Pez top 7? Yeah, that's probably more realistic, isn't it? Don't you reckon? Long will get top 8. I think that's a good call. He had a really strong first half to his year. Guys, so I'm admittedly, I'm not entirely privy to the whole process and the formalities of the Copeland Trophy. So do they do votes? Is it a count? How does it work? Does it include finals? What does it all entail? Schultz missed way too many games. That's the problem. Yeah, then I'm going to go Perryman. But IQ, Benny, I love that IQ call. If I had to pick one of the other IQ, I'm going to go IQ. I think IQ top 5 is sneaky. Absolutely. Absolutely. Most of you saying Jamie Elliott next in line. Okay. And then a close second to Jamie is DC. Okay. I see you all. MD, welcome. Chris Talbot, welcome. Oh, I already said welcome to you, but welcome again. Basically the same as a Brownlow. Cool. End times. Who cares about Copeland? Just let us know if my check announces he's leaving. Oh, I'll let you know. Don't worry. I do want to make sure you guys can't hear the stream just in case there's a copyright claim. So just let me know, yeah? Currently, there's elevator music playing in the stream. So let me know if you can hear that on the Copeland stream. They just show the first 10, take a break, then the next 5, then another break. Okay, so are we going to... It's not going to be all these ads and all this other boring stuff. It's going to be rewards. We see the recipients talk. Do we get highlights? Where are we there with that? I can't believe how underrated people have Josh Dacos this season. I think he'll be top 5. I think he will. They don't do counts. They just show totals after every 10 rounds or so. So it isn't like the Brownlow at all. Okay, cool. Welcome everyone coming in. Welcome to everyone. Can't hear shit. Kids singing. What are you doing? One second. I can hear my dog making funny noises. Hold on. Benny was, she was eating something out of a wrapper. I said, what are you doing? Can't be doing that. I fed ya. You want me to feed her again? I mean, she gets 2 meals a day. Come on. Give me a break. Streaming it too. Cool. Welcome, Janet. Voidoid. Thoughts on Bailey Humphrey, says Brandon. I like it. And as insensitive as it may sound, I think for that to happen, it's got to be a Bobby Hill. I know Bo's committed as well and announced that, and people have thrown his name up in. I just don't think Bo gets you Bailey Humphrey in a 3-way trade with West Coast. But Bobby can certainly make it happen. Absolutely. I'm not going to be able to tell you word for word how it could all pan out, but I have an idea. As I mentioned in the video, if you guys haven't watched it yet, the video that I suggested, Bobby goes to West Coast. West Coast either send picks, a couple first rounders, because they have an abundance of them through priority assistance and the picks they already have, and compensation for players leaving. So either they get players to send and picks or picks to Gold Coast, and Gold Coast can do whatever they want with those picks or players, and we get Bailey Humphrey. That's how I see it happening. Is this a stream or just a reaction stream? Well, we're watching along. Hey, Slobbo, here he is. We're back for another stream pumping tonight, mate. 5 streams a week, even in the off season. We don't rest. The wicked will not rest. We are here. All us Collingwood degenerates. We love Humphrey, but only sorcery could accomplish that with our hand. Bobby Hill? Question mark. And Brian Taylor is the MC for tonight. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear BT on my side? Slightly. I can see my sound box going off a little bit. If Bobby goes, and I hope he doesn't, at least if he goes to West Coast, he's not going to damage us. Yep. Collingwood website, Collingwood fan. Pendles might get a few votes. His year was still pretty good. It was very good. He's someone who can also be in top 5 contention. Absolutely. Humphrey isn't worth 3 first rounders. I didn't say that. I said 2 first rounders. Potentially a first rounder and a player gets sent their way from West Coast. Collingwood website. Facebook, I'm hearing as well. I watched a video today, Anthony. Great video on Bailey Humphrey. Great video. Appreciate it. Watch how many times BT says, shh. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. He does have some annoying quirks, doesn't he? Are you guys getting Charlie Kerner? I'd say not, Slobbo. Do we get any compensation for my check? We won't. He's an unrestricted free agent, and because he's older and the length of the and the value of the contract, it won't trigger compensation. A Pies fan called into Trade Radio and asked about Bobby being involved in a trade. A demo said he'd heard nothing like that at the moment. But then you hear early in the week that clubs have suggested that Bobby's name is being thrown around. So what do you believe? Tim Van Coilenberg, welcome. Thanks for the 2, brother. Thoughts on interviewing players as your pod grows? I'm always open to the idea of talking to ex-players because you can have more transparent conversations with them as they're not tied to the club anymore. But it's not easy. And, I don't like reaching out to players and then I just get donuts from them. So maybe that's my ego limiting me from having conversations with ex-players. But genuinely, you can reach out to so many players and they just don't get back to you, or they just don't want to do it. So I'm happy with you just being here with you guys and doing this. But I've tried. I can't say I haven't tried. I reached out, I haven't reached out to anyone in about 6 months, but I reached out to Markov, McRae. Who else I reach out to? And I've reached out to another person who I won't mention for reasons I can't disclose, but nothing's really coming together. Benny, there he is. Thanks to the 5 gifted Pies Footy memberships. Welcome, David, Peniel, Yeah Good, Chris, and GigaChat. Guys, if you want to support the channel, at the moment, the best way to do it is by way of a $5 membership a month. It helps go a long way. The goal is to make this full time so I can pretty much devote myself to this entirely. Appreciate you all. Swoop Luke does not think Bobby Hill is leaving Collingwood. He told me today. I spoke to him on YouTube. Some people will have that opinion, and that's okay. But I'd say if you take off the rose-colored glasses, I like to call them the black and white glasses, you have to look at this with through an objective lens and just consider if Bobby was on the trade table, what can you get in return for him? And there's some value there. And that's the reality. As much as Bobby wants to be at the club next year, the club will be diligent and look at alternate options as well. Sure, bro. I just think you come across really well and could make current or past players really keen to talk or just talk footy. Matt, I'd like to entertain the idea. I just don't get much back from them. It's hard to explain. It's just one of those ones. You know what I mean? I heard Bobby Hill was staying. Your thoughts? Bobby Hill wants to stay. There's no word of a lie there. He's clearly made that abundantly clear through social media. But once again, just because you want to stay doesn't mean you will stay. You are at the volition of the club that you are contracted to. Tim, Cass has a few great interview videos in the back catalogue. Yeah, we've got Ben Reed. That's probably the only one. Dean, what's the point in trading Bobby when we're trying to bring in youth? Well, to trade Bobby, you're trying to bring in Bailey Humphrey at this point. And Bailey Humphrey is 21 years old and absolutely reeks of superstar status. So that's an upgrade. That is a serious upgrade. He's more versatile than Bobby Hill. He's got midfield forward dynamic. Manny says, show some respect for Bobby. Come on, he won us the flag. Humphrey has done fuck all. This dusty talk is delusional. He's a solid player at best. Nowhere near a superstar. I disagree. Hello to Manny. I disagree, malaka. Therese Zaza. Let me remind people, Dan Houston said he wasn't leaving Port. Just because Bobby says anything on Instagram, it doesn't mean a damn thing. We've all been on this merry-go-round before, guys. If you keep a tab on the off-season on a year-to-year basis, you hear the same shit over and over again. Guys, did you not see what happened today? In the morning, Bailey Humphrey's management group said there's no way they're looking at trading or moving Bailey Humphrey. A few hours later, we hear that Bailey Humphrey has met with Stephen King from Melbourne. And it's been confirmed that Bailey Humphrey has met with Collingwood at Olympic Park. So make it make sense. Chris Talbot, Anthony, you make the best Collingwood videos on YouTube. I appreciate you. And do you think Oliver will come to Collingwood in the trade period this year? I think there's every chance. Absolutely. Look, there's going to be a lot of names thrown around. Look how many names were thrown around in the last week. By the end of this off season, there's going to be you're going to see 30 or 40 videos minimum on all kinds of players. It's going to get crazy. Malaka, superstars play good every game, not one good game every 7. No superstar. Well, the thing is with Bailey Humphrey, he's deprived of midfield opportunity because of that star-studded midfield at Gold Coast. But did you see what he did in that final series? Particularly in that game against Fremantle? That's all I needed to see. The guy's a gun, mate. He's a gun. Fingers crossed, Humphreys joins the biggest club in the land. MD, you said you had your KFC standing by. What'd you order? Ella Chronological. Guys, heads up, after this stream, if you want to transition seamlessly into a marathon stream, Chronological will be hosting a live stream after. So I'll be sure to remind you guys at the end of the live stream. That's Magpie Army Chronicles. Sean says, I say give Bobby next year, then move from there. We could get more options next year for free agents or trades if he isn't playing for us. I'm getting sick to death of the Bobby needs to leave shit. Well, at the end of the day, if you trade him now, you could even trade for future picks. Beanie's got the rubbish again. Give me 1 second. Beanie picked up this brown paper bag and was eating it. It's on the table at the front. Yeah. She's very cheeky. I got coconut water and I've also got some bubble tea. It's dark coffee with black pearls, regular sugar, regular ice. Do I need to take off this paper? Do you have any IRL content ideas for the future? I've thought about it, but not deeply enough. Have you got any ideas for me, Badri? I'm more than open to some IRL ideas. I'm very open to that idea. By the way, I think that they're still kind of just doing the introduction for the Copeland, by the way. BT and what's that lady's name? The blonde lady? Is it Nerily Meadows? I forgot her name. What do you think of the chocolate Cocobella? Goated, mate, but I don't keep it in my household because I'll smash it. I'm one of those guys, if it's in the pantry or the fridge, oh dear. Brown paper bag is a Carlton stream, I know. Butters by mile. Beanie looking for an old mate. When I pulled up into the driveway and I was speaking to you, I heard her lose her mind. Sarah Jones. Who's Nerily Meadows? Is that a news reporter? My bad. Pie Man says, oi, random thought. Why wouldn't we try to get a three-way trade with West Coast and Gold Coast and try to get Humphrey? Not sure if you're taking the piss, Pie Man. Did you watch my video earlier today? I'm gonna take a guess. Either you're taking the piss or you just genuinely haven't caught up. So I'm not gonna judge. Where's the live stream, Hugh? Collingwood website. I'm sure you're broke, Crystal Beach and pension. Thankfully, he doesn't live with me, huh? Hill and Allen for pick 2. I don't think Allen. You're taking a piss, Pyman. All right. Good man. All good. Love you too, bro. I don't think Chris. I don't think Ed Allen holds trade value, and it's certainly not going to get you pick 2. Does anybody think Allen adds to the trade value to go back to Perth? I just don't think so. I know he's from Perth, but I think we need to see Ed Allen in the black and white next year. Why are we going to trade him before we reach and realize his full potential? Do you know what I mean? Allen absolutely holds trade value. Let's do a poll. Does Ed Allen present trade value to West Coast Eagles? I don't think he does. A top 20 pick for Ed Allen? Nah. That's wild. Do you think he offers... Okay, it's one thing for Ed Allen to offer to present as trade value, but does he offer a first-round draft pick? Present as a fair swap for a first-round draft pick? I don't think so. If Humphrey next year wants to come to us, it happens, but I'd rather attack for a Butters next year. We can trade players for a pick. We can trade Bobby Hill for picks to set us up for Butters next season as well. Sash says, clubs will be crawling all over Humphreys. Agree, Anthony. He has damage. He's a mix of Elliott to Goey. I love that comparison. Love that. Ed Allen can play, says Philip. Teresa says, I think he does add value. Everyone can see his potential. They need to play him like a Dunkley type. I mean, Teresa, I'm sure you've watched a bunch of VFL, but I'm not seeing enough just yet. All right. All right, Barry Karp is on stage, so let's listen. We're going to listen to this.
We are privileged to share in the world's oldest continuing culture, and we honour your deep connection to this land.
Matthew, I'll do a poll like that soon.
I feel immense pride, humility, but above all, gratitude. Gratitude for the privilege of being part of something that is far bigger than any competition. Copeland Trophy is more than an award. It celebrates our history. It celebrates the people who carry our spirit, and it celebrates, importantly, the family.
Guys, where did Barry Karp come from again? For some reason, I've got something about the NRL in my mind. Can you guys clarify?
Collingwood remain the constant
Nah, I can't turn it up. I don't want to get copyright.
to our players.
But it is Barry Carp speaking.
Dream every supporter. You inspire us, not just with your obvious skill, and you lift each other.
Sounds like he came from the ocean, the river. What do you mean? Can you guys hear him? The intention isn't so you can't hear him, guys.
The early mornings, the long drives, the quiet sacrifices that let your sons, brothers, and partners chase their dreams. Tonight is as much about you as it is about them. Because without your love and support, none of this would be possible. The 2025 season saw us reach a critical time. 12th top 4
Political tour in our club. Where did he come from, guy? He's a man in finance. He's a businessman from Doncaster, lifelong Pie supporter. Okay. Don't think you get flagged for live. The last thing I want is if this gets copyrighted, they pull down the stream and then we can't do the watch along. Ben King to the Pies. That's a possibility amongst Zach Butters next year. A prominent figure in finance and sports sectors, Carp is the founder of River Capital, a fund management investment business. Just sounds like big money to me, doesn't it? It's not fake. There's a lot of speculation, and I think that's a real possibility. Marcus. Oliver hanging out with GWS. He was spewing, Oliver, when he got stopped by Mitch Cleary, was it, at the airport? He was not happy. Allen needs to play as a mid, not a winger. He's a natural winger. That's right. He's not an outside player. He plays on ball in the VFL, and then when he comes into the AFL side, he plays on the wing. It just won't work like that. How high is a first round? How high a first round pick is Bobby? Paul, we're probably looking at two like mid first rounders. Like I'm thinking 2 first round picks later in the first round. I think they have like 15 and 19. If you look at trades with including Shea Bolton and Lockie Schultz, I think Bobby Hill is worth somewhere in the middle. You were told today Oliver still isn't in a good way. I hope he's all the best. I wish him all the best. Zach Bailey, Butters, and Sam Walsh. I don't know about Sam Walsh. Love the idea of Zach Butters and Zach Bailey. Thanks to the 2, Benny. Got you again, mate. Carp equals fish equals ocean. You got me, you prick. You keep exposing me for my general knowledge. Lack of. Where did Humphrey play most this season? Forward line. Brisbane is proof you don't need to give up the farm for a key forward. They had 8 players under the age of 22 in this flag, which is ridiculous. I think that's an absolute anomaly, though, so we must take that with a grain of salt. Bobby does not want to be traded, J-Lo. When does Ben King come out of contract? End of next year? Troy Chaplin will join us as an assistant coach. Okay. Interesting. Swoop is still pushing the line that Allen is side his natural replacement on the wing. Yeah, I can't say I agree with that. Ed Allen is far from a winger. He doesn't have the ball use. He's an inside mid. Trade McStay to Melbourne for Fritsch. Stephen, I'd love that. No, would I love that? I don't know. Probably not. I think Fritsch is very selfish on the field. Surprised he hasn't been asked to leave. He's talented, but also McStay would be worth absolutely nothing at this point in time. You look at, Buller, West, Howes as potential players. Saw a Richmond fan page put up a post disappointed that Blight is leaving. Yeah, there's been a lot of feedback on that, and it's true. A lot of Richmond fans are disappointed that Blight was delisted. Therese, I'm calling it Allen defensive mid. Let's see. If we get Humphrey this trade period and Butters next season, all of a sudden that falling off the cliff seems many more years away. The access to future picks is an interesting one. You must use two of your two first round picks every 4 years in a rolling 4-year period, but it's not clear what years that does it start from this year moving forward, or do they look at the last 4 years? Because in the last 4 years we've only used one draft pick, meaning this year we must. What do you give the chances of Bailey to Pies? Bailey Humphrey or Zach Bailey? Howes, Steele, and Parker still not contracted. They'll all get their contracts. I'm confident. Blight, top 3 in disposal efficiency at the Tigers. I don't read into that too much, Matthew. Disposal efficiency is a broken metric. It's the 2-in-4 rule. Yes, Peter. But are they looking at the last 4 years or the next 4 years? We get 3 kids this year. You still have HH, Steen, West, Allen, TJ, Cochran, Harry, Watcliffe. That's what the experts say, huh? Humphrey, right now, I'd probably say it's a 20% chance. Things need to happen. Things need to move before we can really have some belief in it. I think we need to hear something about a potential trade away for a player that we have. We have to make a play for Oliver. So he's going overseas, right? He's going to America. So that probably won't transpire. Well, the trade period starts next week. Free agency starts today. We spoke to the AFL before we pursued Rao about you. So there's AFL exemption as well, which throws things up in the air, doesn't it? In the previous 4 years, rolling through year by year, but when you recruit a young player, you can break those rules like Port did for JHF. Okay, so if they're relatively young, then the AFL may grant you exemption. Can't see Humphrey happening? Fair. Stephen, so we missed out on John Siracusa, but I'm hearing we've got Troy Chaplin. I've watched Blight. His ball use is great. From from the highlights I saw, extended highlights from his season, he looked okay. Yeah. We can use our 2026 first pick in this trade period, but not our 2027 pick. Well, there you go. That changes the dynamic, doesn't it? Where have you gotten that from specifically, Peter? Is there a source, or is that something you know, like more insider? Because I'm not sure if that's very public. Yeah, Gia went to Hawthorn. Oh, I just swallowed a pearl without chewing on it. Fuck. Just deep-throated it. Fuck. Ah. Didn't like that. So it's just an award for the VFLW? Thoughts on filling these coach roles? I'm just not. It's not really my forte, Benny. I'm not too sure. Not too sure where it all stands. Or is wheelchair VFL? Jai Sarong is being looked at elsewhere, Paul. I forget which club are having a chat with him. Is it Adelaide? Somebody had a club had a meeting with Jai Sarong today, Paul. Swap Houston for Humphrey. Houston's not going to go anywhere. That would be totally left field. Somebody said Troy Chaplin to Collingwood earlier in the stream. Not sure if it's true. My boss is a Richmond supporter. He's not happy they delisted Blight. There could have been 3 or 4 in front of him for the delisting. I think it's the position. He simply has so many key position players to compete with, and unfortunately they haven't gone that way. Freo into Sarong. Is he related to Caleb Sarong? If we trade Hill, we're favourites to land Humphrey. Our current draft hand is not good enough. Peter G, I asked the question. Where did you get the information that we have access to the 2026 first round draft pick? I was told today that Leper is keen on May, but Collingwood leaders don't want him. Interesting. Where did you get that from, Lee? Who told you? Freo, mate. His brother of Caleb Strong. Yep, okay. Hill is going for sure, says Tony. Okay, what's this reward? Angus Sievers. Clubman Award for the VFL. People are saying May failed the medical at Pies, but once again, where are we hearing that from? I'll smoke him like they should have smoked us. We can use our 2026 pick, and it's correct. Are you able to disclose where you got this information from? That's the question I'm asking. Blight must get to the Pies. A friend who got the info from Heath Shaw. Interesting. You were given that info from a reliable source? Okay. I'll take your word for it, Peter. I'm pretty sure that Bobby's missus is back in Melbourne according to the Jungle Drums. What on earth is the Jungle Drums, my friend? Andreas does have some good sauces on the inside. I will say that. So, fair enough. So, but then someone here is saying he got the info from Heath Shaw that the leaders at Collingwood didn't want him. MD says, I'm thinking Bobby's staying. MD, what'd you get from KFC, mate? May didn't fill our age demographic of where we want to take this list. Extra hot chili sauce. Brady Gray. Oh, wow. Okay, congratulations. Harry DiMattia got the best player award, didn't he? Okay. I'm surprised. I mean, he had a great season. Zinger Stacker, huge. Yeah, wow, okay. I mean, Demeter had a great season. I thought maybe Brady Gray from the games I saw. Well done. That will serve him well. May didn't pass the medical. He had something in the middle of his forehead the Pies were concerned about. Or was that his brain? Kirkish, no, I think you should be able to talk to contracted players. He might be on that Zaza Teresa. Let's have a look. Demeter. This kid is a born leader. I'm glad we moved him inside mid from wing. It's an absolute revelation. It's funny because he went from half back, and then in the preseason he said he wanted to play on the wing, and then he got thrusted into the midfield, and yeah, he's made that his position. Yep, you definitely don't have to be the smartest cookie going around to play a good level of footy. A lot of athleticism and just have a decent kick on you, right? But what separates the average to the greats of the game is that IQ level. You only need 2 brain cells. Harry Demeter and Steen need senior exposure next year, says Peter. Okay, Brady Gray was close. Oscar Steen was around the mark. Sam Glover, Charlie Dean, Will Parker. Clear winner? That's close, no? That's close, isn't it, Teresa? 217 votes, and the next best was 197. So Demeter has 2 more years on his contract, Benny. So you'll need to see some game, at least I'd say at least 8 to 10 games from Demeter next year. Glad a Lister player won the VFL. Steen gets a go because the sub rule goes. You can play 2 rucks. Why not give him exposure? Well, then that's the thing. You play 2 rucks and one of them can spend a significant amount of time on a bench due to the 5 interchange rule change. Can't see any votes being given for the opening round debacle. Jath will get the size of his brother. Demeter trade bait? Nah, no thank you. If McCarthy gets a bid in the first round and we match it, then doesn't that satisfy 2 first round picks in 4-year window and allow access to the future picks? Good question. Good point, Lee. That's a great point. Does that count, guys? Peter G in the chat. If we match the McCarthy bid in the first round, if he falls in the first round, that means we've used the 2 first round picks in the first 4 years, which means we should be able to access future picks. Is the sound poor on the stream? I don't know. It's very quiet. I've got it very quiet on my side so I can think and talk. I don't think Mitchell and Cox will get a contract, in my opinion. But there's still lots to play out. We won't know until probably post-draft. Very good, Lee. Very good by you, Lee. The audio sounds fine for me, by the way. There's a bit happening with Jacob Black-Pyman. I think we're seriously looking at him, and that's been confirmed. But delisted free agency is after the trade period and after the draft as well. I'd say we get him before the draft. .38 disposals and a goal against Brisbane. Wow. For Nick Dacos.
The top five to see how they stand. I believe Jack Crisp is in fifth position.
Q, there you go, Benny. Nick, DC, and side bottom. Okay. There you go. Bo McCreary, hello. Hamstrings will hamper his ability to stay in the top five, unfortunately. That's correct. That's if McCarthy gets a bid in the first round, though. Yeah. A bit off topic, and ignore if you feel it's too long, but do you think the supplement saga is still the reason Essendon is still far from the mark? It seems like they are still in disarray. I feel like they've had a chance to move on from that, but it definitely stifled their trajectory to and to the point to where they are today in some ways. So yeah, Sydney's interested in McCarthy but won't bid on him in the first round. Okay. Also, Spargo going to North helps Collingwood as Melbourne may have to trade for Checkers so they don't dilute the compensation pick. I don't understand how that works, but Checkers is unrestricted free agent, so you don't have to give any trades for Checkers. So explain that to me, guys. He's unrestricted, so no trade will need to be facilitated. So what does that mean, guys? What Lee's saying? Side had a ripper year. Still did have such an excellent start to the year as reflected in the votes. When he was fire, we were fire. Yeah. But yeah, it does drop off a little bit. It would be beneficial for him to go early, even though it costs more points. Yeah. I am going to turn the audio up on this. You reckon so? Sidey for 3 years at X amount at his age will still trigger compensation? What, like a fourth rounder or something? His contract is only 3 years at probably the average salary. So Spargo's a free agent who's being offered a larger contract, which means Melbourne could get a second round compo. If they bring in Checkers, they don't get a compo, so they may want to trade with us, but they can't trade with us. Like, Eagles not using free agency for Starcevic as it ruins Oscar Allen's compensation, so Eagles give him pick 19. But Starcevic wouldn't have been unrestricted, right? Starcevic would be a restricted free agent, no? Interesting. So you can give a pick, is what you guys are saying, even though he's unrestricted free agent, Brody Myercheck. I need to look into this. Is Footy Wire contracts. Let me see what Starcevic is. Starcevic.
a bit of a new model. We've got 2 forwards,
Starcevic.
as well as myself. So
He's a restricted free agent. That's why you have to trade for him. That's why Brisbane have to trade for him. I mean, West Coast.
that was really exciting. Brought some fresh voices to the table, which I think really helped us and was exciting. So I got to
Doesn't matter if restricted or unrestricted, so it doesn't dilute your pick. So let me ask the question. If Melbourne traded for Checkers, they'll give us a 4th round pick. Okay, so I know this might sound silly, but just to clarify, even though Brody Myercheck is an unrestricted free agent, you guys are saying that to ensure that they don't dilute or compromise their compensation pick, they can give Collingwood a pick. Is that right?
Yeah, you guys, it really is incredible. You know, we talk a lot about our impact in the community, and that doesn't just happen. The sort of impact that we can have on communities that are doing it tough, or you know, young people and you know, young fans sort of looking out to the next generation. It takes a lot of work, and there's a team behind that. So, you know, our community department
Melbourne can. Okay.
to set that up.
Well, I've learned something tonight.
Ready to go, and those programs are ready to run. Same
Fair enough.
you know, you guys see 22, 23 of us run out on the weekend on the TV, and in many ways, that's kind of the finished product of so much work. So there's a whole bunch of staff members.
Yeah, it's interesting with the new rule changes, how Cox plays into it all. Yeah, pretty much, Benny. It allows them to get the compensation they want from the Charlie Spargo trade. Correct? Yep, thanks, Lee.
Working every weekend for months and months and months away from families, working on public holidays. It's just takes the most incredible level of commitment. So
Yes, the AFL may award compensation, usually draft pick, but only if departing player's contract offer at the new club is significant enough. You reckon Coxie ends up at the Bombers? Certainly a place. Are there any ex-Collingwood players that you wish were still at the club? I think Grundy needed to move on. Like, forget about the salaries that we had to offload. If we're talking about the player themselves, Grundy needed to move on, and we're better for it with DC. Treloar needed to move on. Noble needed to move on. Henry needed to move on. Ginnivan would have been okay. I think I'm not losing sleep not having those players on our list anymore. Yeah, Membry might be making way in the season. Look, it'll be his spot to lose again, but I think it's on players like Westy and Buller and Howes to really assert themselves and earn that position. Taylor Adams needed to go. Guinea was great this year, but once again, I'm not saying we've lost too much sleep off him not being on the club. Westy was dominating those VFL defenders in his inaugural season, so that's crazy. Crazy good. We've not let go of a player that's killed us in the last 5-7 years, let's be honest, yeah. Do you think Melbourne are rebuilding? It seems like it, to some extent. Let's see what they do in this off-season, though. Treloar, big loss, you reckon? I think the change needed to happen. I think it needed to happen for both Collingwood and Treloar. I think McStay will lift next season. He has to lift. Checkers, Cox, Mitchell are gone. They're max gone, says Mello. Treloar's been so injury prone, I wouldn't call it a big loss anymore yet. I'm missing Noble. He was good. But hopefully when Houston gets back next season, we can breathe a sigh of relief and say Houston was worth the trade. We may get Bailey Humphrey via 3-way, including Myercheck. Well, now that I've learned that Melbourne would probably trade for Myercheck, I think you throw that into the basket of what can happen. You throw in Bobby Hill potentially. You throw in picks from West Coast that go to Gold Coast. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Noble still can't kick straight. That final showed us why he was dropped. Looking forward to Fly's speech. Yeah. Certainly. Buzz. Checkers is watching Copeland from Gaun's house. No news on Stevenson. That hasn't gone anywhere. He might train at a couple clubs. Is that that jazz music, KO? That elevator music, though? Or is that's date night at a romantic restaurant in the Melbourne CBD? Or is it cafe ambience? You know, it's cafe ambience music. It's like, although I haven't been there, Central Park, a cafe in Central Park in New York. Bailey, Myercheck, Petrarca, three-way. So if we have access to our pick in 2026 and a Bobby Hill, is Checkers not there? Guys, is Checkers there? Like Schultz said in last year, he was shocked how hard our preseason was and he always felt a step behind. Houston will go off next season. No issue. I share that. I share that view, Pie Man. What is your assessment of Billy Frampton's performance this year? Has he ever been close to being traded? I don't think at any point in time he really offered much trade value to anybody else. I thought Billy Frampton had a, relative to his standards, like an 8 out of 10. A really good season. He saved us in some ways, let's be honest. So, and I did not see that happening. Bobby over Humphrey. I think Hill will silence all the people wanting him out next year. Do we want him out, or do we just want to explore the potential of bringing in Bailey Humphrey, who will be a superstar of the league? Think about it. Checkers will be there. He isn't leaving on bad terms, says Peter G. Just looked at ChatGPT. Explains why club trade even knowing that they're free agents. I typed in AFL clubs trade even though can a player as an unrestricted free agent. If you want it better explained. Yeah, I'll look into it. Valina says, my husband still hasn't gotten over Lockett leaving St Kilda. Damn. How long ago is that now? Is that 20, 30 years? Why can't we bring in Humphrey and keep Hill? Well, again, if we have our access to our future first in 2026, it does give us a little bit more leverage. But I think you need more than that, right? Don't listen to me. I've been awake 15 hours and it's only 6 p.m. Wow, you on a bender, Zaza. I see so many people saying Collingwood isn't a chance because we have nothing to give. We had nothing to give for Houston either. Yeah, that's true. It's true. List management know what's up. They're not having, guys, Collingwood aren't having these meetings with these players if they don't think they can get a trade done. Keep Billy, no question. I'm with you. Thing is, when you're under contract, like when you have 3 years to play in your contract, it's uncommon for a player to request a trade to another club. Dan Houston never really nominated Collingwood. What is an NGA? It's Next Generation Academy. So for Collingwood, there's a zone, a catchment, which is the northern region, the Oakley Chargers. So you look at players like Isaac Quaynor, Cam McCarthy, Jai Saxoner potentially. So players of ethnicity that isn't Australian to encourage diversity and opportunities for countries that haven't really touched the edges of AFL. Who from the VFL could come into the team in 2026? Ask Astro. You're looking at a player who just won the BNF for the VFL. That's Di Mattia. That's close to him is Oscar Steen. You also probably have Charlie West, Noah Howes, Joel Cochran, TJ. You want to see more of TJ? We are the late trade specialist. Look at Schultz and Houston. Very true. Where do you have Pendles on all-time pies rankings? I mean, that's my guy right there. That's my guy. I'd say for me, growing up in this era, he's number one. But that's recency bias. Pendles is my number one. Houston chose Carlton potentially, but it was never. It was never announced publicly. It wasn't publicly announced that he nominated Carlton. DiMattia, Steen, West all get first up. TJ needs 10 games in the VFL before he comes in. I agree. I think TJ got his season cut short. So I think, yeah, you give him a bit more time. What's DiMattia's position? Inside mid. He started as a halfback flanker last year. He was tried on the wing early in the VFL this year. And then he got thrown into the midfield when Tom Mitchell and Lockie Sullivan and Ed Allen were all getting games in the AFL. Pendle's GOAT. We're in good shape, yep. Who's Parker? Parker. Frampton is just a stopgap. Won't be around long. Yeah, Parker. You're fired. Parker, you're unfired. Buller coming in too. Would love to see TJ play in 26. Who do you hope from the Pies puts in the biggest preseason? Who needs to start next year primed? Ooh, David, good question. But there's a number of players for different reasons. I think my top 3 biggest preseason: Dan Houston, DeGoey, and Ned Long. Do you disagree? Ned Long, Houston, and DeGoey. Benny, I see you, mate. I see you in the chat. What's a poll we can do? What's a poll? Let's do a poll. I'll put a poll. Who needs the biggest preseason? JDG, Houston, Ned Long. Let's throw in the hat. Let's throw in the hat. Bo McCreary is another good one, because we want him to be a midfielder. Let's throw in Ed Allen, because this is his contract year. Let's throw in Ed Allen. That's his contract year. Frampton, just a stopgap, won't be around long. I mean, Billy Frampton could have more, has every reason to believe that he could play for another 3, 4, 5 more years. So I think he has the opportunity to be here for the medium term. This will be Long's second ever full AFL preseason. Watch this space. My understanding is Houston met with Voss at Christmas and was told Carlton didn't have salary cap space for him. Ed Allen, are you serious? Astro says Lipinski. I just think with Lipinski, Lipinski will do what he does in the preseason and he'll play a role. He's definitely not on the top of my priority list. He's definitely not someone I think needs to have a big preseason. Guys, again, just a quick announcement. This show is sponsored by Zero Dojo Combat Strength Fitness based in Skye. This is actually a sponsor from a man who's a part of this community, and that's Ben Zero in the chat. So if you guys want to consider combat training, strength, fitness, athletic development for any sport endeavors based in Skye, Benny Zero is your man. He's relaunching soon and taking intakes. Email and website are in the description and pinned to the chat. So shout out Ben Zero for sponsoring tonight's show. Much appreciated. Zero Dojo. I think Buller could be a Darcy Moore clone, Dom. Nah, mate. He's been playing forward. What makes Ed Allen special for younger players? How much he gets involved in the play. They all around the ground. It's not easy for a young player to get hands on a ball like that. Not in the AFL. In the VFL, yes. Bo will pinch it. He needs to build his endurance. If a fit Geordie and Nick play 28 games together next year, we'll be high on the ladder. I agree. Harrison Peter, I think he has a bit of a grace period. Benny, do you have Insta? Darcy Moore apprentice. Mark my words, my man Rowan Steele will have a monstrous preseason. I like that. In the AFL, I mean, you're saying he gets his hands on the ball a lot in the AFL, but how many touches? How many touches did he average in the AFL? Yeah, look, I can't say Harry Dimity needs to play over Ed Allen. I think they need to compete. I think Ed Allen will get first nod next season. Hopefully, he puts on some size. And hopefully, yeah, I think Ed Allen will come in before Dimity, but Dimity wouldn't be far off. Buller is Frampton's doppelganger. Yes, but different position, right? What combat style are we saying, Benny? Asked Rick. Curious, guys. Are you guys like close to the Skye region? I know we're all from Melbourne, so we can't be too far away from it, but I am curious. This is a long Copeland Trophy break, goodness. So 45% of you believe Houston needs to have the biggest preseason, followed by JDG, Ed Allen, and Ned Long. 45% Houston, 32% JDG, 15% Ed Allen, 8% Ned Long. Buller vs. Harris Andrews will be a watch when we play them. Geez, that's a lot of pressure to put on him. Glenn says the improvement of this team will come from within the likes of Demeter, Allen, Steele, Harrison, Steen, West. Astro. Gia is going to Hawthorn. Update on the leaderboard. Stephanos, the leader at the moment, is still side bottom, followed by Darcy Cameron, then Nick Dacos, and then I forget who number 4 is, but Josh Dacos and Bo McCreary are tied for 5, I believe. Oh, they're having a main course? Got you. Houston or I'll be making a song. Hello to Manny. Yeah, I don't know who we'd add in our coaching department. It's just not something that's quite my forte. Epping. Good call with HA. Could be huge. He's a big fella as well, Roman. Seen him IRL. He's fucking built like a tank, and he's fast. So hopefully he can have a clean run at it next year. Benny, where are you, mate? They're asking questions. I voted De Goey. He needs to be more consistent for us. Venom. Melbourne might trade a fourth rounder for Myercheck to ensure that they can get compensation for Charlie Spargo, but that's about it. Yeah, fourth was Quaynor. There you go. Every stream is sponsored by Benny. What's the dojo called? Oriental? Harvey Harrison will lose like 3-4 kgs like Reef. We do injured players well. They will have a great base to feel confident to attack contests. Hopefully so. I'm from Laylaw, Barty, 14 hours away from my place. Take an hour off about the high street bottleneck traffic. Damn. Myercheck's an unrestricted free agent, Venom. Guys, I'm seeing some new names in the chat. Have you guys found this channel in the off season? I see Venom Blocks is a relatively new name, and I apologize if you're not new. JFR seems new. Who else is new? Astro Joey. Couple new names. Welcome, if I'm not mistaken. We love to build the community. Any other names? That's about it. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with most of them. If we get Humphrey, are we ruling ourselves out of Butters? I'd be less determined on us getting Butters if we got Humphrey. But I'm sure like there's just so many ways to get the trade you want, even with limited draft hits, especially when you can get when you can get AFL exemption to access future picks even when you shouldn't be. Uh-oh, hiccups. You're new, Badri. Taking the piss. Taking the piss. Good one, mate. Getting sick of the elevator music. I like it. It's a bit calming. Just picture yourself. New York, Central Park. I'm thinking like the cafe in the Friends show. You know, nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. You're having your first coffee of the day. Cafe ambience noise. Reading a book. Listening to Pies Footy, whatever it may be. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, I watch your videos, but I don't go on streams. Love your videos. Appreciate your Venom. This chat is the best thing about the Copeland. Hello, Bulls. Did Ben Zero get choked out? Can somebody check in? Oh, here we go. Ben's responded. He's all right. Somebody put him to sleep. Maybe, yeah. I'm new to the chat, but not new to watching a channel. Appreciate it, Valina. So do you watch the live streams, Valina, but you just don't normally contribute to the chat? But I'm glad to see your name tonight. I appreciate you being here. This elevator music is worse than Chinese water torture. Come on, that's a massive statement, Teresa. That's a massive statement. Found you tonight when I Googled live stream of Copeland Trophy 2025. Congrats on your work. Hey, appreciate you, Astro. Do you watch YouTube typically, Astro? Welcome. This music is suicidal. Come on, guys. You're better. This isn't too bad. I genuinely, I'm not taking a piss. I actually like this music. Zaza, if this is worse than Chinese water torture for you, then I'm guessing you're a heavy metal type of girl. You don't spring out to me as a Triple J indie music type of person. Something about you screams heavy metal. I've been watching a good while, but I only often listen from the start, so I'm not chatting. I talked to you once on the fan cams as Jude. Ah, there you go. Yeah, and you know, I see that, JFR, because I watch, even though I'm a Manchester City fan, I watch this guy called Mark Goldbridge on the United Stand. And I watch his videos pretty much every day, but I'm always just listening. I'm like, I always ask myself, why doesn't everybody talk in my live streams? But then I realize that I never comment on live streams or videos. So it's, yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, you're new too, Teresa, now, huh? Can we get Oliver and Humphrey? I think so. David De Tonto, welcome to the Pies Footy membership crew. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support, my friend. David, I've seen your name over the last week. How long have you been around for? Appreciate the support, my friend. Would you trade Ben Ainsworth from Gold Coast? Cal Toomey said he's exploring trade options. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I'm not head over heels for Ben Ainsworth. Ava, how are you? How you going? Love the KO will be back music. Tell for great memories. Played a lot of footy and cricket there. Love to see Oliver. The D's paying half his wage and getting for very little is a win-win. I agree. Goldbridge is awesome. Yeah, he's good. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's good. Love YouTube, but have not seen your show before. I'll tune in from here when I can. Hey, appreciate you, man. Welcome. Elliot and Manny, Chronological is going live after this stream. So absolutely stick around and I'll remind you guys to head over to Chronological after this. Teresa, thank you for the 5. I can't hear you. I've just shoved pencils into my eardrums. Come on. It's not that bad, the music. It really isn't. And I'm still waiting for you to tell me what your preference of genre is with your music. Have you seen the Football Terrace with Terry? Terry is that's Goldbridge's right-hand man, yeah? I actually came across one of his videos the other day with Goldbridge in it. So Goldbridge will do his stream and then go to the Football Terrace, right? Pie man, I might be left of field, but I'd love to see leadership change next season. Brazil for 2 years and over to Nick would be perfect. Hey man, I know a lot of people love Darcy Moore, and I don't think that's going to change, like, the leadership thing, but like Brazzy just screams to me black and white. That's just me. Personally, my judgment on Bruzzy compared to Darcy Moore, I think they offer two different qualities as captains, but I'd love to listen and walk out to the MCG onto the Footy Coliseum behind Bruzzy, because he'd make me fucking drive into a brick wall. That's the type of leader I would thrive off. Were the Charlie Curnow rumours to Collingwood real? I mean, Xander Maguire leaked it, but it hasn't gotten any further than that. Valina, I usually miss the live streams. I watched them later. Oh, and FYI, I'm a metal chick too. There is who's the metal band that I like? What are they called? I haven't got. Where's my phone? I've got my phone. Let me check my Spotify. Bear with me. I do have a heavy metal playlist, but I have not played it in a very long time. Where is it? It's called Grrr. Bring Me to the Horizon. I like them. I mean, Evanescence. I don't know if you can count them. One of my favorite bands of all time, Breaking Benjamin, Blow Me Away, The Diary of Jane, Breathe. And I'm sure there's a couple more. I mean, Linkin Park, but they're not heavy metal, are they? So there's some of my faves. JFI, listen to you at the gym. Appreciate you, my friend. All season, mate. Oh, there you go. Well, glad to have you here, mate. Benny, thank you for another 5 gifted Pies Footy memberships. You are a machine. You are a machine, mate. Chat is going off. Did someone say member? Oh, the members are coming. The members are coming. Thank you for the donations, guys. I really appreciate you. And no, I'm very much a mixed bag. My playlist goes from Tupac to Parkway Drive to Xavier Rudd, Tash Sultana, Backstreet Boys, back to Tupac, Offsprings, The Wiggles Like a Virgin. You know, on Tupac, just quickly, there's a video of him when he was like 18, 19, and he was incredibly flamboyant. And then he went into this like gangster mode. So there's like this conspiracy that the deep state or the ops or whoever we want to call it, people who have a lot of power, the word is they pulled Tupac away from being in jail or whatever as a youth, and they said, you're going to be this model and you're going to be the face of gangster rap, and you're going to have an impact on society by way of the lyrics and the way you act. There's a video. I can find it, Teresa. I can send it to you on Discord, but there's a video where Tupac is speaking, and it's scary. It's scary how different he is from 18 to the next couple of years. Completely different. Ava, I'm good. How are you? Dylan Conway. Love bouncing between you and Swoop for my Collingwood needs. Appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, we're all working hard. We're all here. I played a gig with Tash Sultana. She's great. Troy, are you an artist? Mr. Troy Wilson, where can we find you? You played a gig. I've got my notepad ready. Troy, let me know and I'll look into you, my friend. I love hearing where you guys, you know, what makes you as a person today and what you guys get up to. I love having these conversations. So, I understand anonymity and not wanting to expose yourself online to strangers, although I wouldn't say, I think we're much more than just strangers at this point to each other, but I understand if you don't want to disclose anything. This is not lifting music, I tell you right now. My genre is Collingwood. If I didn't just snort coffee grinds, I'd be asleep right now. Oh, dearie me. Guys, next year, we're going to have to do a catch up. We're going to have to do a watch along together or something in person. The logistics behind it, we'll figure it out, but it's going to happen. Brendan, thank you for the 5, brother. Love the stream. Go Pies. Appreciate you, man. This is random, but the MCG tour is really good. Y'all should do it if you're in the area. Okay. Old school AFTV is a laugh. Yeah, I love going back into the archives when they were doing it. Like the ones in the outside the stadium where they just crash out. I like Lee Judges. I do like Lee Judges. Lee Judges is like the Manny to Pies footy. If you guys want to see not quite a Manny, like an English version of Manny to some level, go watch AFTV. Search Lee Judges. That's our Manny. What are your realistic and honest predictions for who we actually get this year? Oh, it's so hard, mate. It's so hard because so many names get thrown around. Last year, we had 30, 40 names thrown around. Oh, I mean, I'd like to see Oliver. We're going to get Buller. Confident on Buller. Relatively confident on Jacob Blight. And yeah, I'd say less than optimistic about Bailey Humphrey. By the way, Manny, the starter motor is going to cost me $1,000 to replace in the Mercedes C180 for those who are familiar with cars, because I'm not. But the reason why the starter motor burnt out is because the ignition switch is burnt out. And today the mechanic told me they're having a hard time finding the replacement for the ignition switch to start the starter motor. So he said he will get back to me on Monday. My car's been at the mechanics for 2 weeks, guys. Little mercy. Mercedes C180. Breaking Benjamin are really underrated. So Cold is my favorite. I don't know that song off the top of my head, but I'll listen to it and see if I actually know it. This is the long dinner break, but I mean, eat your food, boys and girls. Is Jamie leaving, or do you think they'll do something about it? Jamie's staying, Marcus. He signed on the other day. Seeing that, he was like a theatre actor and turned hard out of somewhere to build a movement. It's worth going down a... Yeah. Here you go. So he was a theatre actor and turned hard out of somewhere. I think there was some power that controlled him. That's my theory. What's happening? Yeah, I've already answered that. All right. Teresa, can you message me on Discord and just remind me, send me a friendly reminder to send you the video of Tupac when he was younger. On YouTube, band called Fragile or Solo My Name or Crazy Fish all on YouTube. All right, 1 second. Fragile or Crazy Fish. I hear Crazy Fish. I see Crazy Fish, but I'm hearing Crazy Frog. 2 must for next year live watch along and Manny comes to Vic. Done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Can we do it in Alice Springs? We'll fund you a flight to Melbourne, Teresa. Yeah, I need to do a Vic Park ghost tour with Stewie. Still side bottoms leading at the moment, Spiro. Ella Spiro. The 180 wouldn't be worth $1,000. I mean, it's done 150K, Stu. It's relatively untried, no? 150,000 kilometers for a C180. That's not a lot of miles on the board, is it? Who was the next batch after Pendle, Sidey, and Howie? Where you start to look at names like Elliot. You start to look at names like Elliot. I'd have to look at the list. DC. Darcy Moore, Bruzzy, JDG. These are the names we start to look at after that batch. Do you follow RCCS? I've heard of them, but I don't. Excuses for you to pay top. Man, I've never had good experience with mechanics, man. You're seeing Metallica and Evanescence in November. Wow. Where are Evanescence playing? Rod Laver? That's why that's why him and Biggie had big issues. One was real and the other was an actor. Yep. And they both got shot. They both got shot. Hey, mate, what do you think about Darcy Moore playing in the ruck and forward? Carl, welcome. Oh, look, Darcy Moore could be a good forward, but I think I think the club won't go a different direction. I think they'll keep in the back line. Do you think Collingwood will chase Zach Bailey next year, Aiden? I think it's worth a look. I always say, guys, my preface to all of this is the club would be silly not to look at every single option available. That's why there's list management at clubs. Martin, wow, thank you for the 50. Towards your car repair, you're doing a great service supporting the Pies with the best channel. Bang. Martin, thank you so much. I see your name very frequently in the chat, so I appreciate your support. I appreciate your presence. And yeah, the 50 will definitely go a long way in servicing the Mercedes C180. Hopefully we can get up and running again. I appreciate you. Mr. Martin Klooster. Martin Klooster. Is that like Dutch? Is that German? What is it? Netherlands? Hey, mate, what do you know? Oh, okay, I've already answered that. Nothing but issues with Mercs once they get older. Oh, don't tell me that, Kyle. Nothing but issues with Mercs once they get older, unfortunately. We keep getting compared to West Coast with the drop-off coming. Is that a possibility? So they mentioned West Coast. They mentioned North Melbourne. Was there another club, Richmond? But Richmond had a dynasty. West Coast won a flag. So, like, yes, there's that possibility, and I don't think Collingwood would get to that point. But at the end of the day, like, we did win a flag. We've played in 2 grand finals. We've played in multiple prelims. Like, we've had our chance at the top. Even if we do slide, you can at least happily say, all right, it's the R word, rebuild, but we still got our piece of the cake at a certain point in time throughout that window. Some clubs go through that premiership window and don't win anything. St Kilda, North Melbourne were close a couple of times. Sydney have been there. They can't win a flag. Newcastle United fan because same colours as Collingwood. There you go, Denny. Valina, I know we all love our guys, yada yada, but is there anyone you think was underwhelming this year? Conversely, is there anyone who surprised you? I mean, Valina, the thing about this channel is we definitely don't dodge any thought-provoking, conflicting questions. We have a divide in here sometimes. So I thought Dan Houston, that's an easy one to say, was underwhelming. McStay was underwhelming. I'd say besides that, there weren't a lot of underperformers. But yeah, McStay and Houston on top of my mind. I will give you a cookie, says Roger. This is actually more boring. This is a long break. Pies aren't a bottom outside. Historically, we only go way down for a year or two tops. That's true. Think the early 2000s, mid 2010s. Think 2020, 2021. They're ripping off Andoni. You can get a new starter motor for $265. They take about an hour to install. No bullshit. Any mechanic on the chat. Yeah. If anyone could let me know. I will donate $1,000 if you rob it 3 times. What does that mean? Save for the Shaw years and the Buckley years, but even then we will mostly finish middle of the road. Dan Houston, underwhelming, yep. Do you think small or tall forward line next year? I'm not opposed to either way, but I think we'll be a balanced. If 22 and 23 were years, or even if you want to go back to 2018 and 2019, were years where we went a really tall forward line with like players like Grundy and DC and Mason Cox rotating through. We won a flag with a unrecognized superstar key size forward. So we can do it both ways. We did all right with the 3 key tools. Unfortunately, McStay couldn't hold up. But Membry and Myercheck, even Myercheck, yeah, look, we do well with the smaller forward line, but Charlie West has, I'm not going to say superstar status yet, but he has star potential. Ella, Benny, thank you for the 5. I could have cooked steaks and dropped them off to you in this break. Painful. Painful. Once you're in the window, you have to keep going. And that's the thing, Richmond. Like, if you're there, you can't predict a slide. So if you have the chance to top up, like Richmond did in 2021, if you have a chance like West Coast to continue to top up, you just have to keep going while you're there to a certain extent. You need to say Robert 3 times. So Roger, you're telling me if I say Robert 3 times, you will donate $1,000. I don't believe it. If you do use 67. Yeah, I don't know. Roger, what are you smoking, brother? How concerned are you about McCreary's body as a midfielder? Yeah, he's missed time at crucial points due to soft tissue, which is a real concern. I think this preseason he needs to train full time as a genuine midfielder. The Copeland is not returning because it has been traded for future picks. The Copeland is not returning because Matt Rao has already won it. Guys, Roger. Robert. If you say Robert 3 times, I'm going to go to the restroom. Give me a moment, guys. Guys, you think I'd be in a suit? I got shorts here as well, huh? Look at that. Come on. We're still not on break. Say 6-7. 67, 6-7. Roger. I've said it. But if you keep this up, I will get Teresa to put you in a naughty corner with Manny, and you don't want that. Okay? This is music when you walk into Oriental. Psych. Good, Roger. What a Frank. What a Frank you are, Roger. Is this some weird millennial kink? Yeah, I have no idea what it is. Hugh says starter motors are easy to install in some cars, but can be a bit of a dog in some. And is Mercedes one of them, a C180, because it's so old? You don't want the Zaza, trust me. Trust me, bro. Trust me, Rog. You don't want the Zaza and the Manny. I don't know, Ava. I don't know what's going on. It's all happening. By the way, so what's the poll saying here? Who needs the biggest preseason? JDG and Houston tied. All good, Rog, as long as you stop now, son. Fucking hell. Zaza hasn't slept, so you don't want to be in a naughty corner with her and Manny, I'll tell you that much. Zaza is absolutely shaking to exercise her powers, I'm telling you. Yeah, righto. Welcome to those 159 of yous in the chat as Chris comes in. Let's go, champ. How's Black Ops 7 going? Is it still is it still the same? If you know that reference, guys, if you know that reference, let me know. It's from a movie. All right, we're live. We're back. What do you think about May? It's a done thing, isn't it? Give it a rest. Hey, give it a rest, man. You should make a Discord server. We do have a Discord server, Ava. I'll put it in a link. I'll put it in the chat. Here. Guys, if you want to join Discord, we have over 100 members in the Discord, so here. Jeez, BT laying down the law. If you could sit down, that'd be great. Gee whiz. Oi, who am I? Oi, who am I? Who am I? That probably didn't look accurate, but I was trying to be BT. I was trying to be BT. That didn't look good though. That was a horrible impersonation. Welcome, Ava. Welcome to the Discord. Shh. Hey, you're right. He does say shh. I'm sure it's a part of his character though, right? The whole shh. All right, Fly's coming up. Let's hear what he has to say. Shh. Damn, that's crazy. European cars cost so much, huh? 3K for reconditioned motor for my BMW convertible roof. And brand new was over 8K. Crazy. Who won the BNF? They've announced the first 10 rounds. Still Sidebottom's leading. And then it's Darcy Cameron. And then it's... Oh, fuck, I forgot who's number 3. Steele, DC, Nick, Quaynor, and then McCreary and Josh Dacos tied for 5th at the moment. Why didn't Eddie do this? I think they just said BT's done this for the last 25 years, MD. His persona non grata. What does that mean, Voidoid? His persona non grata. Yeah, Harry DiMattia won the VFL Best and Fairest, Chris. You're selling an Audi convertible if you're interested. Let's just hang on. Let's just wait and see if the Mercedes has got some life left in her. Come on. Give her the time she needs. Bear with. Gick when? Gick when? When does he break through? Teresa, how's Chris going? I didn't ask about Harry. Hey, cop that, Teresa. Can a moderator ban another moderator in the chat? I'm curious. Can Teresa put Chris in the naughty corner with Manny? I asked Gick plays where Gick third.
And we'll always bring our fans along for the ride. That won't change. The video also showed the journey to here, the struggles, the wins, the celebrations, your ability to get over the line and climb back up the ladder. That was our theme. It's all about the climb.
The climb.
Happy not making the finals. This year we're determined to go back up the ladder and think for long. 17 wins, 8 losses. Last year, third this year. Definitely fine. Our organisation will never shy away from celebrating the wins. There's many this season we want to acknowledge tonight. Our qualifying final win was arguably our best for the year. A great example of our DNA on show. A great example of our fans coming along for the ride. We want to continue to create a drive, an environment where high performance, we have love and care. Some would argue those magnets struggle to go together at times. This year we're really challenged both fronts. We want to act like winners, even when we lose, especially when we win. For example, in photos this year of when we actually lost.
That's Frank, Chris. Benny, thanks for the 2. My buddy Benny, how you doing, little darling? She's all right. Being needy as always. Harry Demontish should play for the Alfonso Rambolox. Better change of earning some Bitcoin and Pelican slop. That's fucked. She's a toy poodle, Carl.
Our connection is something we're really proud of. Our DNA, we play great spirit and fight in the jumper. We look after our own, which again was challenged a lot this year on and off the field. I want to act like a winner now by congratulating Chris Fagan and the Brisbane Lions for their success in 2025.
Enough.
Our loss to the Lions in the prelim final showed we were close. Also the reality of how far we've still got to go.
Got you, Teresa. Noted.
Tonight gives us a chance to put a full stop on Europe growth. 2025 showed again that we like to have an environment with no ceilings. Still, and Pendles played ages, breaking records.
Crazy how Pendles and Sidey played 15 games plus each this season. No one would have thought that would have been possible going into this year just quietly. They've done 10 rounds. Little bastard. Love that, Stewie. Benny jumping for the door. I'm trying to get to him. No, mate, she's coming to me, Benny. Craig McRae should be at Grinch. Cheers, Wallop fam. Yes, that's so frank, Chris. That's so frank. Wait, what'd they say about Bobby? He just said something about Bobby. Is he not there? He just said, we hope you're well, Bobby. The Collingwood website, Nate. I mentioned Bobby's 100th. Okay. He's not there. Wow. Wow. Doesn't matter if Bobby's turned it down. The club can still choose to trade Bobby if they want. Did he just mention Bobby's not there? Is that true or not? Some of you saying they didn't hear that.
Ed Allen had a breakout year, earning a Rising Star nomination. And it's great to have his family here cheering for him. Had a breakout year, as I said. Congratulations, Ed. We're excited for what's to come for you in the coming years. As we are for Will Hayes, Charlie West, and Rome Steele, who debuted for the first time in Black and White. The video captured what the importance of family means to us. What clubs want to say their family clubs, we want to make sure we live that out. And I want to give a chance, take the chance to celebrate families here, particularly our partners. So I'm just going to round up applause for the partners of the staff and the players and the incredible contribution you make.
He hoped Bobby's doing well. He intimated it.
Billy and Sydney got engaged this year. Congratulations to you.
Doesn't sound good, does it?
And Lockie and Maddie, also Lockie Schultz and Maddie got engaged too. Lots of weddings coming. Holly and Brody got engaged and welcome little Arthur into the world. Congratulations. Jordan and Alicia are expecting their first child. We're looking forward to that. Still think Craig's a great name for those looking for names. Tom Mitchell and partner Taylor are expecting their first. I know one thing about Tom, if it's a little boy, he'll be good at ground balls. We've got Steele and Alicia, as mentioned, they're expecting their third. Tim and Emily, welcome Ted into the world this year. Howie and Kalia, welcome Saxon. And Murph and Rose, welcome Romy. Ruffy and Bridget, welcome me into the world. So some significant contributions to our 40 club. So congratulations to those. And in great news, Gab and I are expecting our child.
Congratulations.
9 months from tonight.
Wow. Why isn't he smiling when he's making these jokes?
9 months from the grand final next year, whichever comes first.
It's a weird joke.
In all seriousness, we know the success requires.
Why isn't he laughing? It's like an AI speech. It's weird.
This season, many people have left fingerprints on our club this season and a deep mark for the future. None bigger than Will Hoskin Elliott. He announced his retirement will leave a cultural legacy. In our final meeting, pre-final, we got through to him unscripted, and he said, "I obviously want to finish in the team, but I really am willing to do whatever is needed for the boys to win it. Obviously, it's going to be my last year, but when I want to enjoy whatever's left for me, and I want to go out with a bang. I want to help in any way I can. Incredible selfishness, and sums up Will in a heartbeat. He's a team first man, and we remember forever as a Collingwood person. Thank you to you and your wife Kirsty, son Flynn, and daughter Ivy for all you've contributed. And a message to Flynn, who may be watching at home. With that swipe card, mate, you're always welcome to kick the footy on the grand floor anytime you like. At this time of year, we make some incredibly tough decisions around our list and letting people go. A great friend of mine, Ollie, is going to leave, and really proud of you, Leggy, your journey as a young man and a young father. To you and Becky, we wish you all the best with little Lenny. Finn McRae and partner Ruby.
I mean, it isn't unusual. Like, he's not laughing after his jokes, but I'm not going to read into it too much. Hey, Mercedes, what'd you say?
Thanks, Gavin, for everything you've done for us this year. We also say farewell to some staff. Scott Selwood and Josh Fraser, thank you for everything.
Collingwood website, champ. Go Collingwood website. It'll give you a link. It'll give you a link. It'll give you a link. Cheers, Ben. Cheers, Teresa.
It's been a tough year, mate, and we love you and the family very much. God bless you too. To our President Barry Carp and wife Susie, thank you for your ongoing love and support. To the broader board and executive, the administration,
Please, please. I'll read it, Mercedes. Don't worry. After the stream, I'll read it.
my job easy, but it also set our players up to be successful. Thank you for your ongoing connection. We say side by side in our song, but we actually live it out. I'm really proud of that. To our fans, the Magpie Army, 112,000, record-breaking number, the heartbeat of Collingwood. We run out in the ground and the roars like nothing I hear any other club can produce. We travel all over the country, turn up and grow. Record crowd, we're so grateful to be riding the high and light of the world. Big shout out to you. Love you very much. As I wrap up,
Yeah, this is an inside joke, Mercedes. Don't worry. Play on.
nothing is ever permanent. Nothing is ever gifted to you. We live with no ceiling. striving to be better every single day. Winners always. Winners at all levels.
Go to buys.
Yes, put your hands together for the coach of Collingwood, Craig McRae.
All right. That's the fly speech.
You can see he's a real carer, that's for sure. Craig did mention quite a few of the people that are leaving the club. There are
Frank.
we'd like to acknowledge and celebrate the life member Tom Wilson and VFL captain Sam Glover as well. Please put your hands together for them. Cast your eyes to the screen and we'll take a look at both of those players.
Life members to Tom Wilson and Sam Glover. Sam Glover actually not playing for the VFL Pies next season. Yeah, maybe a few more 16 disposal games will get you there next year. Love that. That's the competitive nature in him, eh? Josh Fraser going to Carlton. Dino. AJ, what a shame, man. Had so much potential. She was, from what I heard, chronological. She was. Zaza, let them speak. Let them speak. It's okay. Fuck, Carlton. Yes, Carl.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together once again for that group of players and officials, coaches. We're going to throw highlights to round 7 now as we continue with the voting in the Copeland Trophy.
All right.
Most significant game on the home and away calendar saw the Magpies continue their flying start in front of 92,000 at the MCG against Essendon. With Darcy Moore out due to illness, Nick Dacos...
All right. So we're seeing highlights right now, and we'll know more about where the votes are.
However, veteran Steele Sidebottom stole the show, winning his second Anzac Day medal with 35 touches as the Pies won by 41 points. Round 8, a Saturday night blockbuster against the Cats went down to the wire as Jack Crisp took part in a record-setting 245 consecutive games, passing the great Jim Stynes. Scott Penderbury showed he still leads from the
It's an absolute piss fest.
26 disposals and a goal, topped off with a new celebration.
Yeah, I wonder how you get access. I mean, it's a ballot, right? Like you just said.
Record breaker Jack Trigg finished with the final kick after the siren, although the fairy tale wasn't meant to be, with the Pies going down by just 3 points. Round 9, a 6-goal haul from
Yeah. That crispy kick.
14 points in Perth. Foggy Hill and Billy Frampton stood up, as did Jack Crisp with 29 disposals and 2 goals.
Crazy script for that Geelong game, huh? Crazy that it ended up in Jack Crisp's hands. Could not script it. My favourite quote, although it wasn't a positive for Collingwood, my favourite quote from a commentator this year was Dwayne Russell in the prelim. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to quote it. I'll paraphrase it at the very least. But when Russell said, it's like a movie where the superhero takes the bullet in the chest at the start of the movie. It hasn't gone to script or something like that. Do you guys remember the exact quote? I really liked it. A ballot and $400 gets you in, but you're not even in the same room. Interesting. Watching Elliot's highlights this year, 650k is a fair deal. True. I have to move on to the coconut water. I'm out of water. That was Lipinski's best game before he got concussed. He was killing it that game. The Melbourne game was close. Too close for my liking. Ooh. How many mids do you think we'll get for next year? Jeez, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. It's hard to put a finger on, Carl. It really is. It's too early. You've been watching all the replays from the start. Just start forwarding it to all the goals. 650k is more than fair. He kicked so many, you forget just how beast mode he was. All right, Darcy, Jamie, Steele, Nick, and Quaynor. Gick in top 3. Gick top 4. Hey, by the way, Benny, Quaynor top 5. Good shout. Great shout. Jamie Elliott might be a chance here. DC, yep.
Thank you very much, BT. Our next award is the Darren Mullane Memorial Award for Best Clubman.
The best club. Who gets the Darren Mullane Award? Bruzzy is always one. Perryman? I think it's going to be Perryman. Or Lockie Schultz. It's got to be Lockie Schultz. Lockie Schultz. Lockie Schultz for mine. Anybody else? Quick. Put your suggestions in the hat. Has to be Lockie Schultz.
I was told to present the award by Ned. Denise couldn't make it. Ned said, "Don't say anything else apart from the winner's name." So, without further ado, and by the way, I will say that Ned and I were both proud teammates, and so it's great to be able to present this award tonight. So, the winner of the Darren Mullane Memorial Award for the best clubman in 2005 is Darcy Cameron.
2005. He said 2005. DC, there you go. I mean, he deserves something tonight, doesn't he? He's courageous as well. That's a good point. That's definitely a point. Mate, the way he throws himself in those marking contests. DC. Yep, that's fair. My favourite sporting quote of all time is from a tennis match about 20 years ago. The commentator said, "Oh, what a brilliant shot. That would have gone in had it not have gone out." Ah. Yeah, 2005, righto. Crazy, isn't it? Maybe he only should have said the winner's name. I hope we get Callie and Zach Butters. Who's Callie?
You should feel very proud. Congratulations. Well done.
Congratulations to DC.
Thank you, Sarah. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gordon Coventry Award is awarded to the person who kicks the most goals in seeking a season, and this year, 2025.
Who's winning this one? Who's winning this one? Oh, Clary. Yeah. Clary's a good shout. Clary's a good shout. Hopefully he doesn't send himself into oblivion in the USA in his off-season antics. This is the Gordon Coventry Award, player who scored the most goals this season, Jamie Elliott.
This award is for the most goals scored in the season. But the truth is, this year's winner was more than just that. His blocks, tackles, team-first mentality is the key behind him becoming.
So Selwood is the forward coach, for those who are wondering. All good, Carl. All good, Carl. Carl. I can see you, Carl.
for another 2 years, Jamie Elliott.
Chris. I can see you, Carl. Does anybody know that reference, please? Most goals scored by the big American cocks. You like Red Bull? I like Red Bull. Red Bull. Red Bull. Red Bull. Yes. Carl knows. Yes. Yes. Yes.
60 goals for that incredible mark in the prelim final. Tell us about both of those. Well, actually, paid stood up.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying, Chris. Just say yes.
I don't get these goals without my team.
Yeah, Chris. It's COX, not COCKS. Benny, I just want to see if some people know the reference. Carl knows. I don't think anybody else knows, though.
Accomplished player. What a player. What an absolute player Jamie Elliott is for this club. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to continue with the vote.
There we go, Stewie. Stewie knows. There it is. The reference was Yes Man. Jim Carrey. One of my favorite actors of all time. All right, so are these the final rounds that they're looking at now, guys? Are these the final rounds? Do they include the finals? Yes, Benny. Jim Carrey, mate. Have you watched it? If you haven't, you should. It's a great movie. Severely underrated movie. Who will win? I mean, Jamie Elliott's there. DC's right there. I reckon Nick's in trouble. Unless he absolutely just runs away with it now. The Harry Potter watch party. How good. Who does the votes? I assume it's the coaches, Hugh. Is it the coaches that do the votes, guys? First, we have to establish the ground rules. And the ground rules are, there are no ground rules. Yeah, we just talked about it. It's Yes Man. That's Carl's boss, no? Or is that Fight Club? It's one or the other. The coaches. All right, after round 19, Nick third. Nick's climbing. But DC could be running away with it here. Wow. DC 1, Elliott 2, Nick 3, Quaynor 4, Josh 5 as it stands after round 19. Oh, it's the fight. Who does he fight with? Yeah. It's Yes Man. What scene? Is that when he fights someone or something? Or is that when he walks into the Harry Potter? Kick. So what's this?
We got asked as a match committee to vote on who we thought was the most deserving player for the Gavin Brown Best Defensive Pressure Player of the Year award for 2025. And the smartest man in the room, Jack Prado, really confidently sent through a message. Not only is this bloke Collingwood's best defensive pressure player,
Best defensive player. Will it have to be a backman? Oh, wow. Yep. Okay. The Gavin Brown medal goes to Ned Long for the best defensive player of the year. I mean, geez, Lockie Schultz, stiff. I mean, Ned Long, great year, of course. Deserved recipient, okay? Deserved recipient. Longley. Nick wins it, comes home like a train. Yeah, tackling machine. Gavin.
176 tackles, the highest of any player ever at the Collingwood Football Club. That's outstanding. What is it about you applying pressure that you enjoy?
Give it a rest, Frank. Are you drunk or something, Chris? You drinking?
Well, congratulations to you. That's an outstanding win on the Gavin Brown.
It's on the Collingwood website. Thove 3D. Thoved. Thoved.
So the next award is the Harry Collier Trophy. And this is an award, obviously, for the best young player. Just lost my spot here. Yes, Harry.
You're in bed.
205 games, 3 times the Copeland Trophy winner. A Brownlow medalist as well, played in 9
All good.
finals, 6 of those.
Do they get pay bumps as award winners? I don't think so. The best young player award, is it? Will Parker, Ed Allen, Di Mattia. Charlie West. Okay, Ed Allen. All right. Yep. I'm assuming it only goes to players who have played a bunch of AFL games in a season. I'm assuming. Who's leading? Darcy Cameron, but people suggesting that Nick in the final 5 rounds will take it home. Yeah. Will Parker. Darcy Cameron is leading at the moment, correct? Yeah. There's Jamie Elliott, Josh Dacos, Isaac Quaynor, DC, and Nick Dacos. They're all there. That's a top 5. Well done, Ed.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. We've obviously got a very experienced group, so it's a privilege to play with all of them. Yeah, I'm very lucky to come into a great environment. Learn a lot from a lot of great experienced players, so yeah, very lucky.
What was the best thing about playing those 13 games this year?
13 games, fair.
I'd probably say when Hazy debuted, that was a good highlight. Yeah,
Gick is 3rd right now. He's very sure of himself, Ed, isn't he? Speaks very confidently. Doesn't ramble. Doesn't stumble on his words. Didn't say a lot, but he said enough. All right. After this break, we will find out who the Copeland Trophy winner is. And then the elevator music is back. The cafe ambience music is back. Okay? Second place in Brownlow surely wins a Cope. Surely, lad. Aye, lad. Truthfully, lad. Surely, lad. No, lad. Another break. How long is this break going to be, if anybody's familiar? Are they having dessert? What are they doing? Are they getting drinks from the bar? Where's Pendles at the moment? He's never finished in 6 ever. Wow. Lower than 6 ever. Wow. I mean, Pendles hasn't been in the top 5 at all. So I'd say he'd be placed somewhere between 7 and 10 right now. Dessert? No, lad. No, lad. Truthfully, lad. How is Bruzzy going in the Copeland Trophy? He hasn't been seen in the top 5, but I thought he had a good season. Most AFL contracts have BNF bonuses, incentives around performance triggers, also games play triggers. So, is it just for the Copeland Trophy, though? I don't think it would be for the other medals. Darren Mullane, Best Young Player. Gavin Brown Award, Best Defensive Player. Gordon Coventry. I mean, goals would be a trigger. Games, X amount of games played is also a trigger. DC, then Gick. He is used to second, unfortunately. Let's quickly have a look at Nick Dacos' last 5 games. Why don't we do that? I'll read them out to you. Gick Dacos. Gick, go home. DC, stay. Gick, go home. View match stats. Okay. 2025. Okay. So you got coaches' votes. 10 coaches' votes against Richmond. So that will give him a fair amount of votes. He had 6 coaches' votes against Adelaide. He was amazing in that one. So that's going to be a massive pull for him as well. Hawthorn and Brisbane, he still found a way to get 24 and 29 respectively in both those games. And he kicked a goal against Hawthorn. Or Brisbane, sorry. So, yeah, you dare say. And then what about DC in his last 5 games? Let's have a look at there. Player stats. Darcy Cameron. Let's have a look. We'll have a look. Well, we'll have a look, won't we? DC against Adelaide in the second final round had 10 coaches' votes. He had 20 touches against Richmond. He had 12 touches against Brisbane and 5 intercept marks. Yeah, it's going to be close. All right, let's do a poll. It's going to be close. It's Nick's lights out. Don't think so. How many votes are available? 165. Welcome. Welcome to all of you here tonight. I appreciate all you being here, your presence and support. It's been a great year. Hey, and it goes on here. It doesn't stop. Off-season's crazy. It's a mad thing. It's a madness. So let's do a poll. How many votes, guys? How many votes are on the table per game? Because DC goes all right. Who takes it from here? DC. Gick Dacos. And let's go. Who do we say? Jamie Elliott. It's realistically down to those 3. And I'll quickly check. I don't think Jamie Elliott did much in his last 5 games. I could be wrong. My memory doesn't serve me super well, so I'm just double checking. Is Elliott a chance? Against Melbourne, he had 15 and 2 goals. He kicked 2 goals against Hawthorn. No, he didn't kick goals against Hawthorn. I reckon, yeah, Jamie Elliott's out of contention in my opinion. 20 per game, 5 rounds left, 100 available. Yeah, so DC is going to split the difference again for the Adelaide game and the Brisbane game. It's going to be close, man. And he's got, how many ahead is he? He's got 20. Is DC 20 ahead? Oh, finals games are included in the votes too. Oh. Okay, so Jamie Elliott is going to be close as well then. Nick Dacos was exceptional against Adelaide in the finals. Jamie Elliott kicked 4. I think he's still coming from a way too far back. But DC, how'd DC go in the finals? How did DC go in the finals? Let's see. Quiet. Relatively quiet. I mean, he did well. He did okay against Adelaide. Just statistically, I can't remember the game itself so much. 15 touches, 3 intercept marks. And then Brisbane, 15 touches, only 2 intercept possessions. So DC could be, and then Nick was, as I said, really good against Adelaide. And just, what about against Brisbane? He had 27. He had 27 touches against Brisbane. Let me see is there anyone taking votes from Nick in the prelim from Collingwood? I mean, it's Jamie Elliott's, isn't it? He'll get. So can Jamie Elliott get 20 votes potentially? He can get probably 10 votes at least against Brisbane. Josh was good. Okay. It's all to play out. It's all to play out. You're pretty sure finals votes are more than regular games as well. Tie for Copeland, imagine. Where can you see live numbers? Stream is on it. That's what I'm saying. What are I can't remember what the numbers are right now. If anyone can enlighten us. Is the Copeland on trophy? It's on the Collingwood website, Mercedes. Quaynor was good against the Crows as well, yes. I thought Perryman was good as well, but probably just didn't have enough impact, I'd say. So there's 20 votes per game. So is that Fly, Skipworth? Who are the voters? Copeland has a countback system. What does that mean, Stu? Rowan Marshall requests a trade to Geelong. How do they keep topping up? Crazy. Crazy. Was Rowan Marshall out of contract this year, Peter? Or was he out of contract next year? Count back if there's a tie. So what does a count back mean if there's a tie? So say Nick Dacos and Darcy Cameron are tied. What does that mean? If it's a tie, they count back BOGs. Okay. Yep. Okay. Cotton on. That's why, Peter. That's why, Peter. Cotton on, says Buzz. 43% of you say Gick Dacos, but 39% of you say DC and 17% of you say Jamie Elliott. You know, this music in a cigar lounge at Crown, don't mind it. Coffee, double espresso. What do you reckon? Thoughts? Do you think Darcy Moore will finish top 10? He had some really strong patches, but I'd say maybe just by the skin of his teeth. There's no more farm left in Geelong. Player with the highest average votes per game is awarded the winner. If they're still tied, the player with the highest number of high-value votes is awarded the winner. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate you. If punching the ball will get him voted in, then yes. McRae, Skipworth, Selwood, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they all get 4 votes each, right, Thomas? I appreciate the information as well, Thomas. So that's coach, assistant, forward coach, defensive coach, and midfield coach. How come we can have a tie for second but not first? That's an interesting question when it pertains to potential incentives. Like if your contract says if you finish top 3, top 2, or whatever, top 5, whatever it is, and you fall short because of that, then maybe it could be a problem. But I mean, when you tie for first, you probably want an outright winner. So you can see why they've implemented that. DC 248, I think is too far. He's 20 votes. Oh no, he's not. Yeah, he's 27 votes past Nick Dacos. I don't think he gets it done, guys. Guys, you need to revise. Seriously, you might need to revise your votes if you've gone for Nick Dacos here. Has Elliot ever finished top 5 before? Can anybody answer that for us? Because there can only be one clear winner. Buzz says, I'm watching this with a whiskey, cigar, and my Ray-Bans on. What a man. Hello, Buzz. Having given up smoking for the last 6 years, I could do a nice cigar right now. You do the nicotine gum though, hey MD. This is my next step. I'm off the cigarettes and all that and the vapes and whatnot. I've never been a full timer. It's like weekends and whatnot. But this is the next step. Kick these and we'll be alright. Nicorette 4mg. I've done the snus as well, but I don't like how it burns my gum. What was Bobby there? I don't think so, Chris. Haven't been on for a while. Why are we calling Nick Gick? So my family friend calls his brother Gick, and that's pretty much as simple as it goes. He says Gick instead of Nick. He says Gick. So it's just been a running theme for a long time. Anyone that's named Nick, they're now Gick. Do you think we'll hear more about Myercheck in the coming? Absolutely. Unrestricted free agency, or free agency in general, has started today, I believe. So we'll probably hear something on the weekend. If not the weekend, I dare say Monday. Aso Andoni. Go Pies. Need 10 Great Northerns to get through this count. Yeah, guilty cast. Nicotine gum, 4 milligrams to get used to it, man. Hook the nose. Now, I've kicked it before. It's not super difficult. I like the buzz it gets me, and it helps me, actually helps me focus. When I do try to get off it, I notice that my focus is off for a couple days. It's just simple. It's just another addiction, isn't it? Really. Intercepts must be worth more. At least I'm glad we value them here at a BNF. Appreciate you, Benny. What's the score? It's just further up. I'll repost it. This is where we're at right now. Courtesy of Dylan Conway in the chat. This is where we're at with 5 rounds to go. These are the votes. DC is like 27 ahead from Nick. So for me, it's going to be hard for Gick from here. DC's still not ahead in the poll. Elliot's highest finish is 9th. Chris, I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. We've spoken a lot about it at length on this channel today and the last couple of days. So we'll save the conversation for the next week, I reckon. DC is way ahead, yeah. 27 votes ahead of Nick. And he had a game where he polls coaches' votes, DC. He's going to poll well in 2 of the next 6 games. 6 games? 7 games. So maybe not. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There's 24 rounds, right? Or is there 23 rounds? There is, okay, 23 rounds. So you go, no, there's 24 rounds. So you're going to poll from 2 out of 7, whereas Nick's probably, yeah. Okay, maybe Nick does run away with this. Maybe Nick does run away with this. I put my hand up. Maybe he does. Maybe I'm trolling. I hope Booker wins. Me too, Brad. Love to see Book get some recognition that he deserves. DC most consistent year to date. Where do you think Checkers will place? Somewhere around the 10 mark, I reckon. Had a great first half to his season, that's for sure. No more Nakos, just referred to as Geek now. Exactly. Elliot for me, Tony. Okay, Tony, I see you. Yes, 40. Geek. And whenever he didn't want his brother to be home, he'd tell Geek, go home. Carrie, stay. Geek, go home. DC gets up to accept the Copeland, rips his mask off, and it's Matt Rowell. Don't do that to me, Benny. Thank you for the fire, but don't do that to me. I thought we were spared the Matt Rowell controversy tonight, but it never finds a way to seep in, huh? Elliot, 60 goals must be highest placing, I think. Along with his tackling pressure and his aerial marking ability, I reckon he goes close. Where's Pez right now? Pez isn't near it. I think the top 5 will round out with DC, Nick, IQ, Elliot, and Josh. Sam Berry says, what is Gick? Gick is a phenom. Gick, I just explained it like 2-3 minutes ago, Sam. But yeah, Gick is just, it's an inside joke, but a family friend used to call his brother Gick instead of Nick. So any Nick is now considered a Gick. That's really all it is. Gick, go home. Gick, he'd say, Gick, Jacks now. Burger chips. Burger chips now. Gick. And if he didn't get what he'd want, he'd say, kick no. If he didn't, whenever he doesn't get what he wants, kick no. Insinuating that if he, like I said, doesn't get what he wants, he'll kick the floor. He'll stomp the floor. When you do the predicted 23 next year, it's no longer Nakos, it's Gick. I got you. I'll make sure that happens. What are your thoughts on the new rule changes? Like the interchange rule? And I don't mind the ruck one. I know it does take out the craft, but man, it's a bruising role, man. To be taking knees to the ribs, PCL injuries, liver shots. I think there's enough contact in the game. I'm okay with it. I know I'm generally traditional as well, and I don't like change, but I'm okay with this. What are you watching it on? Andoni, it's on the Collingwood website. Got you, Sam. Got you. Got you. Where is IQ? IQ was... I put it up here. He is in 4th place. So DC's 1st, Elliot 2nd, Nick 3rd, Gick 3rd, Q 4th, Josh Dacos 5th. Chris says, I think Gick will win. Awesome year. Restroom break. I'll be back in a sec. More jazz music. Goodness. Far out. Bobby walked in with his fur coat, hat, and walking stick. Actual? Is that true? I've washed my hands. Don't worry, Stewie. Don't worry, mate. Don't you worry about me. He's on Tony Shaw's table. Bobby Hill. He's going to stick it. I can already see. Pimp. Don't worry, more than 2 shakes. Victoria, Mr. Victoria Park. Fuck it. How long does it take to have dessert? Mate, if you put a slice of cake in front of me, sticky date pudding, it's gone. It's gone in literally 20 seconds. Literally gone in 20 seconds. Cheesecake, sticky date pudding, ice cream. They're gone. They're gone in a matter of seconds. It's not even close. Stu, I've got a bad confession. When I was a kid, my dad had some lunch or something with Tony. He signed a paper for me. Apparently, I colored it and made a mess of the whole thing. That's criminal, Ben. How dare you? How dare you, son? I told Dad, why the fuck did you give it to me? True. Bulla is on the roof peeking through a glass panel. How good. Thanks for the clarification, Benny, when I was older. If you said that to your old man when he was younger, he would have belted you with the belt or the wooden spoon. My AR used to demolish me with the wooden spoon, bro. What was it called again? Katula? Why can't I remember in Greek what a wooden spoon is? Mate, the amount of wooden spoons that were broken over my backside by my AR when I was younger. Fucking hell. Hey. I've turned out alright, guys. I've turned out alright. What's it called? Any Greeks here? I know there's Greeks here that would know what I'm talking about. Come on. Wooden spoon in Greek. I had Dad covered from like age 11. True. Mr. Martial Arts Kutala. That's right. Kutala. My mum was a ninja with a wooden spoon. How good's that, Stewie? Fucking hell, that wooden spoon knew how to teach ya. Tell you what, it knew discipline. Bloody hell. Kutala. Sophocles. Kutali. Is it Kutali or Kutala? Is one plural? I used to get whipped with a jug cord from an old kettle. Fucking hell. Whipping. Oh my God, the spoons. I copped the strap. It's funny, huh? It's funny that, like, how we were disciplined with like a strap or a belt and a wooden spoon. And like, we all turned out all right, didn't we? At the end of the day, if you get disciplined and it's like a slap or a belt hit or a wooden spoon hit or a whip, if it's nothing too crazy, the xilo, delixilo, that's what I remember. Delixilo. Mate, when you heard that, you better start running, man. You better get the running shoes on. You're going through a fucking maze in your house to avoid that kutala. Kutala, big spoon mortality, small spoon. West Coast will be looking for the full set of wooden spoons. Mate, I've seen more wooden spoons than the Carlton Football Club in my life. Kutali. Kutala, big spoon. Mortality, small spoon. The Fusksillo. Forget about it, bro. My dad just raised an eyebrow like The Rock. I would bolt. Mate, I don't know if Chris is in here, but if my dad came out of the bedroom at night with just his jocks on and his socks and he looks half asleep, you don't want to see that. That's trouble. You've done something wrong if you force your old man to get out of bed at night. Mind you, it's 8:30 at night and it's hard. We've hardly made any noise. But trust me, you don't want final boss dad in his jocks with his socks on, half awake or half asleep. That's a bad recipe for disaster. Mum would throw a handbag that even had the kitchen sink in it. Literally. What? Literally had the kitchen sink in it. The Falaka stick. Midnight Express. Okay, Gutala big spoon, Gutali small spoon. Got you. Janet, how was your day? This is good fun. Bit of jazz. Buzz, where's my cigar? Ella. Para no hacerlo, cigar se para calor. Bro, I've got to confess something worse than any other comment. When I was in my toddler years, my uncle would dress me in Carlton gear. My dad saved me. Now that, my friend, is a form, and I hope this is the right term, unconscionable conduct or misconduct. Let me search it up. Maybe it's the right term, maybe it's not. But I think it's somewhat relevant. Not right or reasonable. The unconscionable conduct of his son. Unethical, amoral, immoral, unprincipled. There you go. Not right. Unreasonable. Unethical. Unreasonably excessive. The beating begins with the eyes. No contact made and you felt it. I will feel no greater pain in my life than the pain that I felt when my mum cut my Ethernet cord while I was playing Halo on Xbox late at night. I was in hysterics, mate. I was spewing. I said, don't. I begged her. I was on my knees. I said, don't cut the Ethernet cord. It's like she turned the switch off in my brain when she cut the Ethernet cord in half. My 15-meter Ethernet cord from JB Hi-Fi that cost me $30. It ruined me. I couldn't play Halo. Oh, Chris, if you're here, please. I need to mark this time. What time is it? He's going to love this conversation. He's probably sleeping. He may have fallen asleep. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 39 minutes. 9:31. Okay. The days is different. I took my daughter's phone off her and she rang the cops for a child abuse. No bullshit. Crazy. Different times. Hey, Stewie. I was playing Ninja Turtles once with the cricket back of jumper and did something naughty. Mum gave me a tap and nearly broke her hand on the bat. Oh, Chris, you're here. Did you hear what we just said? You're half listening? Are you falling asleep, Chris? Yeah. Mate, the last 5-10 minutes we've just been talking about dad and mum. You heard Halo and you woke up? Trust. I was talking about the Ethernet cord. And I was talking about how Yaya used to smack me with the wooden spoon. And how that's, Undertaker. Our cut Ethernet cord is why my Halo record sucks. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that makes sense. My mum opened the door one night, yelled so loud her false teeth flew out. I was definitely scared. Damn. I used to tell my dad off for waking me up at 4 a.m. on a Sunday making his coffee in the kitchen. Now his age, I'm getting told off by my kids for doing the same. Yeah. My Uncle Steve, when I used to live at home, he wakes up at like 5 a.m. every day without failure to walk to his local cafe. But before he does that, he brushes his teeth. And you know what he does? Does anybody else do this? At 5 a.m. in the morning. Not once. He does it like 5 times. And it wakes you up every single morning. Crazy. 173 viewers in the live stream. Welcome. Appreciate you. Whenever I go to Carlton's games with my uncles now, I make them not want to take me in the first place. And after North Melbourne game, I haven't gone to a game since. So thank you, North Melbourne, for doing that. My mum used to sit us in front of Dad's wardrobe and he had to select the belt by the time Dad got home from work. We Dumbarton picked the skinny whips. They move quickly, those high velocity skinny whips. My old man used to shoot me with a slug gun. What's a slug gun? Uncle Steve the greeter. Honestly, I nearly drove up. Yeah, Uncle Steve, as soon as Benny, when Uncle Steve hears the bin man, he runs to the front to say g'day. Whenever the mailman comes, he's sprinting down those stairs to say g'day. He is the ultimate greeter. And he'll shower you in kisses next time, Ben, I guarantee you. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it, Badri? That's your dad? Crazy. So that's going to become we're not even talking Collingwood anymore. Like, this is this therapy. This is just, it's nostalgia, You look back at those times and, there's some good times. There's some good times, isn't there? It's an air-powered 22 rifle. What do you mean? Mum took my Xbox off me, so the next day when she went to work, I took her TV and put it under her bed and pulled her drawers out and told her That's class. How old were you when you did that? Blessed. That's class, my friend. Who remembers the skyrockets that had a paratrooper with a parachute in it? I could never get to find it, so I lit one in the kitchen as a 12-year-old and I copped the biggest hiding. Are you talking about fireworks, MD? Slug gun air rifle. So what's it loaded with? Excuse my ignorance. What's the air rifle loaded with? Are they Nerf bullets? Like, what are they? Oh, we're back. Isaac, welcome. We're back. Shh. Did she just BT? Did she just BT the crowd? Sarah Jones? Shh. Buys a metal slug.
In the Copeland Trophy for 2025.
13-ish, crazy. Metal pallets. Fuck, that kill. Yep, Jones with the big shh. Why can't we just get a tennis chair umpire? Quiet, please. Please. Quiet, please. Daisy. Will, it's spring. What do you mean, Will? It's spring. What does that mean? Will? Damn, Martin knows a slug gun has a lever action piston air pump propelled round. Jones. Yep. Thank you, Full Deck 52. Now I know what you're talking about. It stings, okay, but doesn't penetrate. It stings but doesn't penetrate. Pause. In the 60s, old man used to ride down the streets of Mooney Ponds to mates' houses with air rifles strapped to bike handlebars. Hello there, all good, Will. All good. That's a good one, Shawnee. I can see Darcy Moore doing that, Sean. I'm starting to this. All these breaks were so people could poop. I'm starting to think all these breaks were so people could poop. That definitely sounds like a Zaza thought, Teresa. That's definitely a stoner thought, Teresa. People having the biggest meltdowns about what Fly said. Is this about Bobby? And is this on social media? All right, here we go. Josh in 5th, Perryman 4th. I said Perryman top 5. Let's go. Quaynor, Nick, and DC. Okay. Finals next. DC. I think Chris, he said he wishes Bobby all the best. So it sounds like he wasn't there. Oh, about the 16 disposal Brownlow votes. So DC leads. Perryman. I said Perryman was a top 5 Smoky. Remember when David King said, I don't know what Isaac Quaynor and Perryman's roles are at the club? Idiots. I was speaking to Benny earlier today. It's so hard to be a general AFL expert to cover all teams. You can't. You don't have enough time. You don't watch the VFL teams. You don't watch the VFL teams when they play. You don't watch every game, 120 minutes a week of Collingwood Pies footy. You don't do that. Another break. We're going to get a break after these finals highlights. Like David King said, is Quaynor a rebounder? Is he an interceptor? What is he? Kane Corn said Perryman should be delisted. Obviously, that's complete tongue-in-cheek by Corns. He knows what he's doing. And that here we are. Here we stand. Going into the final series, they're both top 5.
Let's move on to our final award of the night before we award the Copeland Trophy. The next award is for the Bob Rose Award, the best player in the finals.
Best finals player, that would be Jamie Elliott, right? Jamie Elliott or Nick Dacos? Quick. Is it Gick or Elliott? Gick or Elliott? Elliott! Elliott!
What a season this guy's had. Obviously, Skye touched on him earlier tonight, but absolute pleasure to announce that Jamie Elliott is the winner.
Yes, sir. Elliott! That Elliott call, that was the Ben Mackay mark, wasn't it? Elliott! Yep. We had the best defense, and Q and Pez were very much a part of it. Absolutely, Troy. Question is, do you dare flirting with Pez's form in the backline to put him in the midfield? Well, let's wait and see. Let's see if we bring in Oliver. Let's see if we bring in Bailey Humphrey, and then we'll see. Yes, it was. Okay. Yep. Brayshaw screaming merchant. Yeah, that's right. Wowee!
Yeah, I think us as players, one of our greatest privileges is playing in front of massive crowds. Playing in front of 90,000 fans. And for me,
Crazy a killer, huh? Delist him because he's earning 900k is something he said along those lines. Can somebody please find me the video where David King says he doesn't know what Q's role is? I'd love to make a reel where David King says that about IQ, but then IQ is top 5 in a Copeland Trophy. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It might have been first crack or something. It must have been first crack after Melbourne or Adelaide or something like that.
Put your hands together for these two once again. has the first of the awards, the JJ Joyce Trophy.
All right.
Third place this year, JJ Joyce Trophy, with 303 votes. He's had a fantastic season. Isaac Quainer.
Quainer top 3. Wow. Huge queue. Pies Footy Stay after party. Copeland. Mick Chronicle Magpie Chronicle Army is going to be doing a live stream right after this. So stick around, guys. Huge IQ. Huge. Top 3. Even better. My guess, Benny. No, yeah, that was your guess was good. You had top 5, but he went top 3. That's crazy. Yeah. Congratulations.
You must be feeling pretty proud that you've gone into it for you.
Obviously, really privileged to be up here, a little bit surprised. But got my family here, which is beautiful, and my mum and stepdad and my brother and his girlfriend. So
Yep, he did no wrong. Absolutely. Bless sir. Next step further next year. Let's go. Yeah, he's been crazy, hasn't he? DC. Incredible trajectory he's had. Gick, second, and DC's going to win it. Well deserved. DC's going to win it. Yep. DC win, yes. DC stay. Gick go. Gick go home. DC stay. What was the guys? Do we remember what the poll was at the start of the show? The question was who wins the Copeland? I did say DC. We can go back, see if we have the receipts. I think I said DC. But do you remember what the voting split was? I think most of you would have voted Gick, right? Nakos robbed again. Nah, this is to a deserving recipient in DC. I have no qualms with this. Absolutely no dramas.
Outstanding, Nick. Congratulations, and I'm sure you'd like to say a few words.
Didn't know Darcy Cameron finishing this. The Brownlow is just a midfield medal, mate. It's just a midfield medal. What DC does for the club, it's not just the best player. It's like it embodies everything that makes you a player that represents the black and white. Courage, leadership, talent, of course. I think DC. I think DC is fair. Deserving winner. Deserving winner. True. Righto. Righto.
Now winner the EW Copeland Trophy for 2025 on 320.
So he won the Darren Mullane medal and the Copeland Trophy. Hey. Love that. Deserves every bit of this. Yep. Mind you, that tackle against Melbourne was the difference between potentially being the top 4 and not. Massive tackle in our goal square. Changed everything. Saved us. One of those heroic moments. Most marks in the league, most contested marks. Crazy. Well deserved. What a player. Don't worry, Manny. Gick will get more. Don't worry. Gick will get more in the future.
person. Far out. Wasn't expecting this coming in tonight. Obviously, there's some unbelievable talent next to me.
Oi, Chris. DC to Nick as he walks off. Nakos robbed.
To my teammates, you guys make football so fun.
Chris next season. More sugar. Oh, guys, that's a reference for the ages. If tell me if you know this one. More sugar. More sugar. Sugar.
Love you so much. I'm praying for you. I wish you up here tonight. But I know you guys are watching streaming from Melbourne at Snag's place.
Yeah, the one eye Uncle Steve laugh kills me.
To my manager, Colin Young, thank you so much for everything. You've allowed me to go play football this year and
Pause.
deal with everything on the side.
Ah, there we go, Benny. Tick, there's a point. Sugar. Water.
Adriana, Gavada, you're so special.
What about this one? Water rush. I don't know. I actually don't even think you guys are going to get this. Water rush. Doyle!
And to the boys and our fans this year, it was obviously
Ruckman are overrated? Crazy.
done this year.
Are you suggesting that DC is overrated then, Jared? Damn. Well, he's up there as well, huh? Fuck. He's going to Tassie for 20 million. Chris, don't ruin the mask. Obviously, you know the reference. Obviously, you know the reference, bro. Frank?
Well, with only a single game under his belt when he arrived at the Pies, to now playing at 100 games, Darcy has established himself as an elite ruck in the competition.
She is so coy. I love it.
Previously with an All-Australian Blazer, Premiership medal, and he is now our Copeland winner. Congratulations, Darcy.
No one's going to respond. Next time, 3 sugar fucking.
If you're able to, can I ask everyone to be upstanding
That's a spicy meatball.
as we toast our 2025 EW.
Madison response, yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and
Toasting with water. Don't worry, they won't be toasting with water later. I'm sure that's just. No, that looks like wine. Looks like wine to me. It's very nice. So full of spice. What about this one? Go AA187 coming with the mask. Huge. What a brilliant recruit DC has been. Stupid Sydney only thought he was worth one game there. Crazy. Comes to us, wins a BNF and a flag. Well deserved. Hey, Rob.
consecutive times finishing the top 10 in the best and worst, which is an incredible year. Put your hand together for all of those great players.
That does conclude our formalities for this evening. We hope you have enjoyed the Copeland Trophy. We hope to see many of you at the remaining.
Why don't you do it back at the lavatory to get your bolts tightened? That's liar liar, no? That's liar liar. Why don't you do it back at the lavatory to get your bolts tightened?
All right, we don't have audio. Come over here and start the song for us. Come on.
Yep.
Get the president to get it on.
Benny, the pop culture king.
Here we go.
Are they singing the song? Surely not. Actually, not too sure if Bobby. Side by side with it. This is so Frank. The back by his name. I hear the barricades shouting. Oh, the premiership's okay. Well, Frank. Perryman over Josh, please. Oh, Pendlebury does finish 8th. Jack Crisp, 10th. Okay. All right. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. What a hell of a night it's been. We've shared many laughs and a deserving winner in DC. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. Once again, thank you all for being here. Head over to Chronological's channel, Magpie Army Chronicles, for a live stream reacting to the Copeland immediately and everything else. They will be hosting an absolute marathon. So I appreciate you all, and we'll see you Sunday, maybe Monday, for another live stream. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, go Pies.